25% of the world's population lives in substandard housing. 100 million people have no homes at all. What does that have to do with Red Wing, Minnesota? I was amazed at the number of applicants for the first renovation project that the Red Wing area Habitat for Humanity did in the fall of 1993. What is Habitat for Humanity? Internationally, Habitat has completed 30,000 houses, making Habitat the largest home builder worldwide. I'd like you now to meet one of the founders, Millard Fuller.
The powerful vision of eliminating poverty housing from the face of the earth began with Millard and Linda Fuller, along with a group of concerned Christian friends. Together, they founded a movement in 1976 called Habitat for Humanity.
We in Habitat for Humanity feel that everybody ought to have at least a simple, decent house. I was reading from the 15th chapter of Deuteronomy in our devotional here this morning. And there in that 15th chapter it says, the poor shall always be with you. But it's not a period after that. There's a semicolon. It says, therefore, open your hand to your poor brother and freely give to him whatever he needs. And so we will have the poor among us. But since that's the case, what do? Do you harden your heart? The Bible says no, just the opposite. Do not harden your heart. Don't close your fist up to your poor brother or your poor sister, but open your hand and freely share with them in whatever it is they lack.
But I think one of the greatest accomplishments of Habitat, even if you consider how many homes have actually been built, is to bring to the consciousness and the conscience of the people on earth the problem of the homeless.
Jimmy Carter is Habitat's most famous volunteer. I understand he influenced you as well.
That's absolutely true. I had seen a lot of publicity about him working for Habitat projects, and I like to do a lot of remodeling myself, and I thought it would be something I'd like to get involved with as well. So I supported the group for a while, and then I decided to send for information on how to establish an affiliate chapter in our locality. It was quite an extensive amount of information that was sent back, and it looked a little overwhelming, so I just filed it away, thinking that, well, someday I might act upon all of that. And then I received a phone call shortly after from someone who said that there was a very large donation to the Red Wing Habitat for Humanity, and where should they send it? And so I thought this was my cue to organize this group, and I knew there were a number of people in town who had participated in Habitat projects in other areas, so I started by calling them.
It is only through volunteers that we can succeed. The volunteer board members that I am about to introduce made it possible for us to have this home to rehabilitate today. They also made it possible to make sure we had the building materials here today. The building permit, the necessary insurance, to have all you volunteers here today, and to raise the money needed for the project.
You've just seen the first Red Wing area Habitat for Humanity cooperative project. That was an exciting one, but I know it was a long process to get there. Could you tell us a little bit about that, Dean?
Yeah, it is a long process before you can become an affiliate. We started sometime in January of 1993, and we just recently submitted our affiliate papers. There are 28 steps to become an affiliate, so it takes a long, long time. But we're glad we're through that process, and we're on the road to doing Habitat's work.
That first project that has been completed now, how did that work?
Well, that was a cooperative project with the HRA. Here we assembled a bunch of volunteers. We raised some money and we bid on the restoration of that project, and the money that we bid came over to Habitat, so that was our start for us. We had over 140 individuals provide over 2,000 person hours in that project, and it was an exciting project. The family that moved in is a family of 6, and they were required to provide at least a minimum of 300 hours of sweat equity into that project. Also, it's important to point out that the families are purchasing the home with a 0% interest in a long-term loan.
Is that normally how Habitat works?
That's normally how Habitat would work. It's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Sounds good. And what are the goals for 1994 for Red Wing?
Our goals for 1994 are to build a brand new home from the ground up, and this again will take a massive effort. It'll take a lot of volunteers. It will take some financial contributions, so we're looking for families that are willing to work on weeknights, weekends. We're looking for financial contributions that they can submit to Habitat.
Thank you, Dean. You've just seen many people involved in our first renovation project, young and old, skilled and unskilled. Here are two people who were instrumental in getting those people to the work site. Actually, Randy, you had experience with Habitat before, years ago.
Right, about 3 years ago, our youth group, our high school kids, went to Newport News, Virginia, for a Habitat project there, where we worked on 2 different homes that they had in progress, and then we began the foundation for a third house that our kids actually got in with picks and shovels and actually dug the foundation for this third house. So we really worked hard on all of that. But we really enjoyed that project of going to Virginia, because our young people as well as our adults wanted to do something like a service project where we could actually work and do something for somebody else. And so I thought about Habitat for Humanity, and I called their headquarters in Georgia, and they sent me all kinds of information. And I looked through the different projects that were going on around the United States. And one of the things that the kids said that they would really like to do is go near the ocean. So that's why we picked Virginia, and it turned out to be a wonderful experience as we took 2 van loads of kids out there.
That's exciting. Kathy, you were chair of the volunteer committee. How did you twist arms to get so many volunteers involved in working?
A lot of phone calls, a lot of begging sometimes, but everybody was usually very willing if they were able to come in and work. It wasn't really that hard, but it did. It took a lot of phone calls, and we're still looking for a lot more volunteers. We can always use volunteers for anything. The new projects that we always are seeking to do, and we're looking for more construction companies that would donate time and their men, possibly churches donating, different organizations from the churches setting a day maybe to come in and help with us. And my phone is available for anybody to call me and say, hey, you know, I want to come and, you know, help out, and what can I do? And I'll sure send them to a job, and they'll find something to do. So it's, but it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling going there and seeing all these people work together, whether they're skilled or unskilled. All of them are learning. Even the ones that are skilled are learning new things. And it's such a worthwhile cause that there's no better place, I think, you can volunteer your time than to helping another family that is less fortunate than a lot of other people, and to finding them, being able to help them to succeed in having their own home. It's just a great cause.
So it's the joy of giving, but also something that we can share right here in our community.
Oh, I think so. When I heard that we were going to try to start an affiliate of Habitat here in the Red Wing area, I became very excited and wanted to be a part of that. And because I think it's just a way of people getting involved right here locally in their own community to help people improve their own lives by owning a house. And I think there's just a great feeling of pride and a part of the community by owning one's own house, and we're making that happen. As I was talking one day with a group of youth directors and youth workers in the area of Red Wing, and told them about what we were doing with Habitat for Humanity, the youth pastor at the First Baptist Church, Rod Larson, said, you know, that's something that we're always having to go far away to do. We have to travel across the country to do a service project like that. And he said, you know, it's neat because we don't have to travel far away, but we can stay right here and do that here in Red Wing. And I told him that's exactly right. I think people began to see what they could do locally here and get involved with helping people. As we put together a brochure for Habitat for Humanity, the theme that Habitat has is building houses in partnership with God's people in need. And that's what it's all about. It's partnership, working together, inviting others to come in and to share their talents, inviting them to learn new skills. It's just a way of getting involved. And I guess the way I look at it as a pastor is God has given us so much that it's a way of giving something back, helping people who need a little help to improve their lives. And it's just an opportunity for us to give back to God and to others what God has given to us.
About 150 of us worked on that first project, and it was truly a heartwarming one. Two essential people from that project are with me now, Merle and Mike. As a home builder in the Red Wing area, would you tell us first of all how you became involved in Habitat?
Yes, I became involved with Habitat International on a project. We ventured to Lexington, Kentucky to construct 20 houses for the low income, and we took a crew of 500 and we produced our first 12 houses in a 12-hour day. And we had a lot of skilled and unskilled people there, and the project went very well. And from that point on, when I came back to Red Wing, there was some interest here to have a chapter of Habitat for Humanity start in Red Wing, which it did do, thanks to a lot of generous people. And then I got involved in the local level.
Speaking of materials, how did you acquire those materials for the project just completed?
Materials come in various ways. We had a lot of very good local companies that donated a lot of material. We had a lot of local companies that donated a lot of material at reduced cost. And we had a lot of companies that donated material and time and their employees' times to the project because they felt it was a very good thing to do for the community.
Tell a little bit about the cabinet makers.
We had, on this particular project, we had a cabinet maker that was quite interesting. He came onto the site and said that he would supply the material for the cabinets, and the labor would have to be paid for. And when his crew found out that he was donating the material and what the cause was that the products were being made for, the crew decided they would also in return donate their labor time to make all of the cabinets and install them for us.
That's great. What about the financial part of it?
The financial end, we do need a fair amount of funds to purchase material, and even though we get a lot of it donated, there's money needed always to buy material. And we have some real good companies locally, and I would like to challenge all the local companies out there to become involved in Habitat International, and they can call me anytime they like with donations of their products, time, or talent. And the balance of our material all comes from resources that we have through our fundraising committee, which is very excellent.
Speaking of fundraising, Merle is the coordinator, co-chair of the current fundraising project. Tell us a little bit about your goals.
In order to build our first real house from scratch now, we have to raise $40,000. We have a plan. We have started with a $1 club with the high schools and $25 club, and then we have to raise the rest of it through private donations. And people have been very affirmatively thinking about that.
Another heartwarming part of this whole project. Thank you, Merle and Mike. Much material is needed for a new building project. As chairman of the Finance Committee, Bob, how do you get that money?
Well, first of all, we've got Merle and Suzanne heading up the financial drive. We have a three-pronged approach to that. We're going to the high school and junior high, getting a broad base of support from kids. We hope to raise approximately $1,000 from them. We're beginning a $25 club, which we hope will raise $25,000. And then we have an effort to obtain money from other organizations in town. Then, in addition to money, we have a group of approximately 4 people going to various businesses and suppliers in town that may contribute to materials of various types. Some examples would be lumber, carpet, paint, hardware, cabinets, things of this sort.
So both cash and in-kind contributions are welcome.
That's true, and in some cases we may find a supplier that will provide us with materials at their cost, which is a definite help to us.
As you can see, many people have been involved in Habitat for Humanity. Locally, many people have been involved in the organization. Many hours on the phone, many meetings every other week since last January 1993. I'd like to thank all of the people who have contributed in any way. If you're interested in more information about Habitat, please contact Red Wing Area Habitat for Humanity, Post Office Box 144, Red Wing, Minnesota 55066, or call Kathy Benedicts at 388-7260. There are brochures, videos, and other information available. I'd like to end with a quote from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Thank you.